Hello, everyone, and very good evening. Now, as you progress in your practice of metta meditation, that is, when you practice metta on a regular basis, you become more aware of your mental states. You're aware of the mental states. When you get anxious, you notice how much anger, irritation, fear, anxiety, and worry that is found within your mind. On the other hand, you're also sensitive to the fact that you have positive mental states, like having more peace and happiness. So this awareness that you get from meditation will give you a deeper understanding of yourself. When you see how your unhappiness arises from your anger and fears, then you see the value of loving yourself and cultivating a heart of compassion. You will come to realize that a mind of love and kindness is connected with a happy and peaceful mind. Whereas when we have an angry mind, it brings irritation and unsettled mind. Our emotions becomes very unsettled, and these in turn bring injury and harm to ourselves as well to others. So we need to sharpen the way we look at things. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, sharpen your mindfulness. Living mindfully is the best way to protect yourself from injury and harm. So when you live mindfully, it will provide you with insights arising from your own observation. And this will enhance the way you lead your life. It's very important that if you want to live a peaceful and happy life, we need to sharpen our mindfulness, to be aware of what goes in our mind. The Buddha once said that when we realize that the closest and most precious person on earth to ourselves is ourselves, we are the closest and most precious person on earth to ourselves. When we understand this, then you stop treating yourself as an enemy. In the practice of loving kindness, you treat yourself as a very close friend on whom you radiate wishes of well-being and happiness. Now, during metta meditation, you make the wish of being free from anger, fear, and anxiety. Why is that so? Well, because anger is a hazard that affects everyone, including ourselves. When we are overcome by anger, whatever peace and happiness you have will completely vanish. And anger will begin to take root in our heart and mind, and sometimes blind us that we cannot even see our faults, that our views on life gets so distorted because of anger. Now, the Buddhist tradition subscribe to the fact that there are lives of devas or gods in the celestial world. Buddhist tradition believes that there are beings in celestial world, not only the human world, but there are many other worlds, and some of the worlds are what we call celestial worlds. And the beings living in the celestial worlds are called devas. Now, devas have very fine body, so their body is very fine. And the thing is, they should not get angry, because if they get angry, their entire body will burn up in that anger. Yeah. Now, as human beings, our bodies are much grosser, so you don't see people bursting up in flames when they get angry. Although there have been some report of people who burn up spontaneously. There have been some reports on that. You know, so when you have anger, it burns up your heart and eventually will lead to health problems. So, although our bodies do not burn up in flames like the devas, the long-term effects of uncontrolled anger will increase anxiety, high blood pressure, headache, digestion problem, insomnia, you cannot sleep, depression, skin problems like eczema, including heart attack and stroke. So these are some of the things that we are faced with when we're angry. A lot of health problems arising from anger. uncontrolled anger, hypertension, anxiety, headache. We do not digest our food properly. We cannot sleep. We have skin problems. We are depressed, and including having heart attack and stroke. So it is really important to learn how to handle our anger. There are two ways that we can deal with anger, and both of which are not helpful at all. Number one is anger explosion. So when you get angry, you explode. The second approach is anger repression. You repress your anger and you pretend as if the anger is not there, you know. So some people with little control over the emotions, they explode into rage, and this sometimes can lead to physical abuse and violence. And in countries where they have weapons like guns, they shoot each other with the weapons because of that anger. In a normal state of mind, they would not do that. The other way of dealing with anger is through repression, which is not helpful. Because why? When you bottle up your anger, it will lead to depression and anxiety. And then some innocent parties like children, pets, loved ones at home, they will vent their repressed anger at innocent parties. They go and blame, create problems for their family, for their children, for their pets. So that's also not a good way of handling anger. Now, how do we deal with anger? The proper way to deal with anger is to recognize it when it arises. It's not reacting, not reaction, not repression or explosion, but to turn the mind inwards and to recognize the anger, because anger is a mental state. So when the anger as a mental state arises, you recognize the anger. This is really a very powerful technique. In other words, you become aware of your mental states. And this is a very powerful technique, especially developed through mindfulness training, when you will have the skill to watch the process of anger when it arises. You could see the anger when it gets sustained or become bigger, and when the anger ceases. You can almost watch it as if it's detached from you without being associated with it. It's like watching an experiment or watching something in a test tube, detached from yourself. You're not associated with it. So you watch your anger like an object. So if you develop mindfulness training, in fact, you can do that. Because in mindfulness training, all the time you'll be watching your mind. Whether the mind is cooperating with you in meditation or not, the mind gets sleepy, the mind gets angry, the mind gets dissatisfied. All these things goes through your mind. So you develop the skill of watching what's your mind up to right now, watching. And after you have developed the skill, when anger arises, you can actually watch it very clearly without reacting. So mindfulness training enables you to watch emotions when they arise with a sense of detachment. So you don't, as if you don't get associated, you don't get pulled in by the anger. Your reaction to the anger will be very different. Yeah. So in other words, when you have mindfulness, when something upsets you, and normally you will react almost instantaneously, when you have developed mindfulness, that mindfulness will provide as a buffer, a gap. So somebody says something nasty or act in a very irritating manner. So instead of reacting, you will have a space, which is your mindfulness, and you can watch. And that space will prevent you from acting in a very negative way. You might sometimes react negatively, but not in the normal way when people react to anger, when they explode. All right, so you're able to kind of watch the anger. You can even see the anger rising and subsiding. And this is a very powerful technique, as I say, something that all of us should learn how to do. So instead of having a reactive response, you will have a more positive and a more considered response. So you can actually choose. So the space that is provided by mindfulness will enable you to think how to react. You will have the space. You don't actually react spontaneously, but that space through mindfulness will be able to, will enable you to react in a positive manner or a considered response. Because sometimes you might also want to put up an act of being angry But that is for the purpose of telling the other party that you're upset. But whatever it is considered. Or you will not even get angry. All right. So when emotions are still running high, sometimes a person like to do something physical. This is especially for people who have not developed mindfulness. They do something physical, like when you go for a jog, running, playing sports, or talking to someone. It distracts you from your emotion. And therefore the anger subsides because your mind is on something else. So this is a way of distracting the mind from the emotion itself. All right. But if you have developed mindfulness, you can watch your anger. You will get an insight into the anger. Now, why is this important? Because if you want to deal with the anger properly, you need to get an insight, an understanding, an inner vision. That's an insight, an inner vision into what is propelling the anger. Why do we get angry? Why do we get angry? The answer is that we get angry because the seeds of anger lies within our mind. So we are still not free from anger. The seeds of anger is still within the mind. So anger arises when somebody has said something, and that makes our anger arises. But even then, in the same manner, if there are seeds of anger in our mind, there are also seeds of love and kindness within ourselves. Okay? So what seeds do you like to grow in your mind? What seeds do you want to promote within your own mind? Is it the seeds of anger and dissatisfaction, or the seeds of love and kindness? So it's something for you to choose. Once there was a Brahmin who asked the Buddha, Master, is there anything that you would agree to kill? We know the practice of the 5 precepts. First precept is not to kill. So this Brahmin asked the Buddha, is there anything that you would agree if you kill? Yeah? Anything that you would say, okay, it's good, it's okay to kill? And what is the answer? Is there anything that the Buddha will agree to kill? The Buddha says yes. What we need to kill is anger. Because killing of anger removes suffering and brings peace and happiness. So anger is the single enemy that all wise ones will agree to kill. If there's anything that you need to kill at all, then kill your anger. All right? So that is the response that the Buddha gave. Now the response of the Buddha impressed the Brahmin so much that he decided to become a monk in the Buddha's Sangha. So he was ordained as a monk and became a disciple of the Buddha. Now this Brahmin has a cousin. And when the cousin learned that this Brahmin has become as a monk, he became really upset. So he went to the Buddha and cursed the Buddha in the face. But the Buddha only smiled. And this made the man even more angry. He says, why don't you respond? And the Buddha asked him, if someone offers you a gift and you refuse to take the gift, what happens to the gift? What happens when you give somebody something and he refuses to take it? He says, no. What happened to the gift? The man replied, then I'll take it back. And the Buddha says, yes, you have given me a lot of abuse that I refuse to take. Would you not have to take back that abuse? Okay, so angry words and actions hurt first to the person who gives them. After that, the Buddha recited a verse. He says, for those with no anger, how can anger arise? When you practice deep looking and when you master yourself, then you will dwell in peace, freedom, and safety. If you want to have peace, to have safety, to be free, then you need to look inside yourself and free yourself from anger. The one who offends another after being offended by him harms himself and harms the other. Okay? So if a person offends you, he harms himself just as he harms others. When you feel hurt and do not hurt the other person, then you become victorious. Sometimes people do things that are not pleasant to us. but we do not retaliate, or we do not create, we do not go about harming other people, then we can be considered to be the true victor, the winner. So your practice and your victory benefits you, all right? When you understand the roots of anger in yourself and in the others, your mind will enjoy true peace, joy, and lightness. You understand that the reason why this anger arises is because the root of anger is still within yourself. And the root of anger is in the other person's mind. And when you understand that, when you have an insight on that, then you will begin to be able to enjoy peace and joy. Because your next step is to get rid of that root of anger within yourself. So you become like a doctor that heals himself, just as the doctor will heal others. If you don't understand, you will think that not getting angry is the act of fool, right? Some of you think, hey, how come? I cannot do nothing about it. I must retaliate. I must do something because that person makes me angry. Otherwise, I'll be acting like a fool. Those with no anger, meaning people who have no seeds of anger in their mind. Okay? So we get angry, first of all, but because those with no anger in their mind, they don't get angry. But for us who still have seeds of anger in our mind, when we get angry, the seeds of anger has been transmitted in us actually by our parents, sometimes our upbringing, our society. So they help us develop these seeds of anger within ourselves. So we need to know how to deal with these seeds. So even a little irritation can bring that anger to the surface. There's sort of people who have seeds of anger. But for someone who doesn't have seeds of anger, who have cultivated himself, he can smile no matter what is said to him. So we need to explore into the idea of not responding anger with anger. All right? We can explore that in another session. Now, tonight, of course, we are doing metta meditation. Actually, there are some variations in the technique or the practice of metta. Different teachers will introduce different methods. In our metta meditation, weekly metta meditation, we go through a certain formula. I find that this method helps for the mind to settle quickly, and you can keep on doing this method without getting bored. But regardless of the methods that are taught by teachers, the underlying principle remains the same. It is based on the sincere wish for the well-being of all sentient beings. Of course, in our practice, we begin with ourselves and with those who have benefited us, our immediate family. This is like the beginning stage for metta, because it is easiest for us to generate that feeling of loving kindness with our loved ones. But this is not the final goal of metta. Final goal is that we must be able to expand the metta so that the loving kindness could be radiated to even those who are neutral to us. Eventually, even those who are enemies, our enemies, that we can actually send them loving kindness. So this is when you can really transcend your immediate emotions and be able to live metta to a much higher level. So this is how the metta will develop further. Not just to ourselves, not just to our loved ones, but going beyond that. In other words, expanding the circle of loving kindness. First to those who are close to us, and then expanding to those who are neutral, and then even to those who are not friendly to us, and then to all beings. All right? So when you send loving kindness in different directions, that is as a way of sending loving kindness to all beings in all different directions. So this is how metta is cultivated. So eventually, we begin almost like a deva or Brahma, looking up in the sky, looking at all beings with an equal mind, a mind of equanimity. They call it upekkha, that you have loving kindness for all beings. And there's no discrimination in it at all. No, you don't actually say, oh, these are my loved ones, these are my parents, these are my friends. Not like that. You live yourself and you go beyond boundaries. So that's the true meaning of the practice of metta. But we will be getting there. But first, let us develop metta from something that's quite easy for us. Of course, when you practice metta, it is important for us to free ourselves from all forms of hostility. We have negative emotions like anger, enmity, hatred, and grudges. And this anger could actually come from others, or actually it could arise from ourselves. We understand that sometimes when we sit down in meditation, despite the fact that nobody said anything to us, we just sit down in a corner, and then suddenly some thoughts arise in the mind, and we become angry. You might be angry because it's not so comfortable, because it's hot and sweaty and humid. You might be angry because somebody next door is playing music too loud, or somebody walking upstairs with their legs go boom, 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 and you get irritated. Anger can arise even if nobody is the cause of that direct anger to you. Anger arises because the seeds of anger is within yourself. Okay. Or sometimes you're not able to achieve your goals, or you feel frustrated. Say, for instance, you sit in meditation, you say, today my meditation is just going terrible, and you get upset and you get angry, especially when you hear of other people progressing so well in meditation. Like when you go to a retreat, you see, when you look around, you see other people seem to sit like Buddhas. They seem to be doing so better much than you, and so you have that kind of anger. Why am I not performing that well? Others seem to be doing very well, but you don't realize that the others are also struggling in the same manner as you are struggling. Okay, so there is this subtle anger towards ourselves, sometimes because of remorse of something we have done. So right. Second, our mind has to be free from fear, worries, and anxieties. So when we do meditation, we need to let go of the baggage, the load that we put on our shoulder, the burden that we carry with us mentally. So we let go of fear, let go of worries, let go of anxieties, and because this will bring us a great sense of relief, and you have mental happiness. Thirdly, we like to be free from physical pain and suffering. This could arise from sickness and ill health. Sometimes even the wrong posture could give rise to physical pain. Yeah? Of course, having good health is a great blessing because it brings about physical happiness. But sometimes when we have good health, we take the good health for granted. It's only when we are sick that we realize, we have lost something very precious, which is good health. So we like to be free from hostility, free the mind from mental and physical suffering, so that we can live our life happily, with ease, and with harmony. So in our loving kindness meditation, what we do is we have 4 wishes. All right. For those of you who have been practicing together with me on loving kindness, these 4 wishes by now should be more or less automatic in your mind. The first wish is, may my mind be peaceful and free. May my mind be peaceful. May I be peaceful and free. May my mind be happy. May my body be healthy. That's number 3. And may I be well and happy. That's number 4. But if you're just joining Metta for around the first time or so, these wishes, 4 wishes, maybe it might be too many for you to remember. Then what you can do is just focus on one wish. May I be well, may I be happy. That's also okay. The purpose of making this wish is to act as a catalyst in order to bring out loving kindness in ourselves. Okay, so why do we begin with ourselves? All right, we need to make ourselves almost like a vessel of loving kindness before it is easy for us to radiate loving kindness to others. Because if right inside our hearts we are filled with turmoil and frustration, it's not easy for us to send loving kindness to others. The loving kindness is going to be very much tainted by our anger and our frustration. So make sure that that's why we bring up this loving kindness within our hearts. Okay, now let us start with our meditation. Sit down in a comfortable manner. You're going to sit for quite a while, but not too long though. But if you don't have a proper posture, it might lead to discomfort and unhappiness in yourself. So choose a place where it's quite comfortable for you. If you sit on a chair, that's perfectly okay. Okay, but sit with your body straight. If you sit on the floor, that's also good. Yeah. Sometimes people like to sit on the floor because somehow it's quite comfortable once you get used to it. So I'll ring the bell. We'll watch ourselves, our breath, and then we go on with the practice of the inner smile. Now let us be aware of our breath. This is how we cultivate the energy of mindfulness. Just watch your breath as you breathe in and out. Slow down your breath. Have some deep breath, and as you breathe deeply, you begin to feel more relaxed. Do you feel more relaxed now? Now we bring up the inner smile, just smile in your heart. Now we are going to send the inner smile to different parts of our body. So now just be aware of the crown, which is the top of your head. Can you feel your crown? Maybe you can feel the scalp. Can you feel it? Try to feel it. Try to observe it. Top of your head. Now put a smile there. Let your crown smile. Is your crown getting relaxed? Smiling? Now proceed to your forehead. Just observe your forehead and putting a smile on your forehead. Is your forehead smiling now? And now to the spot between your eyebrows. Put a smile there. And be aware of your eyes, putting a smile in your eyes. So let both eyes smile. Are your eyes relaxed now? Smiling? Be aware of your cheeks. Smiling cheeks. And bring that smile to your throat. Is your neck smiling? Put a smile there. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. A smile is connected with friendliness, with kindness, with happiness. Is your neck happy? And at the base of your neck is your thyroid gland. Bring happiness and relaxation to your thyroid gland. These are important organs for us. And now moving your attention over to your heart. Very important. You need to have a healthy heart. Put a smile in your heart. Relax your heart. A good and loving heart brings a lot of benefit to yourself. Gives you happiness. Gives you good health. Smile in your heart. There's nothing that you should not harbor any tension or anger. Just let go. Relax. And smile. And bring the smile now to your lungs, so that your lungs can breathe in easily. And gratitude to your lungs and your heart for keeping you alive from day to day, from moment to moment. Now keeping the smile and bringing the smile down to your solar plexus. The solar plexus is just at the base of your breastbone. This is the part that really gets tensed up, especially when you feel with upset, anger, jealousy. It ties up like a knot and makes the stomach cramped and gives you indigestion. So it tends to be like a focus of negative emotions. So put a smile in the solar plexus, letting go of negative emotions, so that your solar plexus is filled of kindness, with happiness, with friendliness. So relax, solar plexus brings good energy to the surrounding organs of your body. Very close will be your liver, which is on your just below your right rib cage, sending your loving energy, your smile to your liver. Soften your liver with a smile. And now bring the smile to the back of your body, around your waist. That is your kidneys, very important organ. Now smile to your kidneys. Smile with happiness, friendliness, kindness, so that your kidneys will function well. Now on the left side of your rib cage will be your spleen, also another important organ to fight the germs in your blood, controls the blood cells and filters your blood. Below the spleen will be the pancreas, and the pancreas also rests against the side of your stomach, helps you in the digestion of your food to convert sugar from your food into energy. Now to your digestive system, stomach and intestines. Let your stomach relax and smile, and your intestines as well, so that your digestive system works really well. Helps you to absorb nutrition from your food for the benefit of your body. And some important system as well, your urinary system. So sending your smiling energy to your urinary tract, to your bladder, and also for the males, also send smiling energy to your prostate gland. Generally, when males get older, they have issues with the prostate gland. So sending your kindness, your prostate gland. And the females to your ovaries and uterus. So now let's just be aware of the breath. Bring the mind back to your breath. Watching the breath come and go. As you smile, breathe in and smile, relaxing as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, smile in your heart and relax. So just have a feeling of happiness and goodness as you breathe in and out. If you practice this technique, you will be able to find the happiness and goodness arising from yourself. Now let us go to the first part of our metta meditation. That is sending loving kindness, making wishes of loving kindness to ourselves first. So as you make these wishes, embrace yourself with loving kindness. Speak to yourself as if it's a loved one, somebody you love very much. Speak to yourself with loving kindness. Now with a smile in your heart and mind, you make the first wish. May my heart be peaceful and free. May my heart be peaceful and free. So have you made the loving wishes to your heart? Now let's just move to the mind. You make the wish. May my mind be happy. A feeling of that contentment and completeness. May my mind be happy. Relax as you make this wish. It's like you're saying these wishes to your loved ones, wishing somebody that you really love. It's like saying, may your mind be happy. Loved one, may your mind be happy. But you also say, may my mind be happy. Talking to yourself, making the wish to yourself. And how about your body? Wouldn't you like your body to be healthy? So let's make a wish. May my body be healthy. May my body be healthy. Have a sense of ease and well-being as you make the wish. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be happy. Make this wish, sincere wish. And back to your heart again. May my heart be peaceful and free. May my mind be happy. May my body be healthy. May I be well. May I be happy. So if you keep on doing this, you'll be generating this feeling of peace and happiness and wellness within yourself. So you can say these words gently at your own pace. You whisper these words inside. You hear these words from inside. Feel the meaning inside, sensing, affirming. So this is what we do before we send loving kindness to others. So you become a pure vessel of love and kindness. Now let us begin to send loving kindness to ourselves. So for our practice, we'd like to send loving kindness to people that is easy for us to generate loving kindness. Yes, but the goal later on is to be able to proceed on people who are even neutral to us, to all beings, without exception. But in order to simplify the practice, let us think of the people that have benefited us because of their kindness and sacrifice. And that is what has brought us to where we are, their kindness, their sacrifice. And we send loving kindness to them out of gratitude for their kindness and their care. There are people that we can include in this group. We can include our mother, who bore us in our body, in a womb for 9 months, looking after us like something very precious, so that no harm comes to us when we're inside her womb. And when she gives birth to us, oh, there's so much love and care that she's given through all the years to raise us. So out of gratitude, we think, Mother, we send our loving kindness to our mother, to our father, maybe grandparents, if you have the good fortune of grandparents looking after you. And especially your teachers, your Dharma teachers, okay? So we send loving kindness to them, and the way you do it is you just imagine that they are right in front of you as you make these 4 wishes. So if you're sending loving kindness to your mother, you imagine that your mother is in front of you. And out of gratitude and love, you say, Mother, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy, regardless of where you are. May you have happiness. Thank you so much. May you have happiness. May you be well. In the same manner, we will send loving kindness to our father, to our grandparents, to our mentors, and to our teachers. Okay? So let's send to this first group of people. You can choose whoever you like to send loving kindness to. Now let us send loving kindness to our immediate family members. You can send loving kindness to your spouse, to your children, to your brothers and sisters, nephews and nieces. Just make use of the 4 wishes to simplify. And you can send loving kindness to them as a group or one by one. If you like, you can even imagine their appearance as if they're right in front of you as you speak to them with love and kindness. Now let's imagine that the beings around us, that are beings in different directions and they surround us and they have assumed a human form. So let us send loving kindness to all the beings in the forward direction. All the beings in the forward direction, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Now to the beings on the rightward direction. Beings in the rightward direction, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Beings in the backward direction, sending your loving kindness to all the beings in the backward direction. And the beings in the leftward direction. You're sending love, loving kindness without discrimination. This is also Metta, is also known as universal friendliness. Sending your friendly vibrations in all directions. And sending your Metta downwards to all beings in the downward direction. And beings in the upward direction. So you surrender yourself with love and kindness to all beings. And now sending loving kindness in all directions at the same time. Let us call upon the powers of the Triple Gem for blessings. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sadasuti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakantu sabba devata Sabba Dhammanubhavena Sadasuti Bhavantate Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Sangha Nubhavena Sadasuti Bhavantate. Let us focus our attention and observe the peace and quietness inside. In the calmness of our mind, we send wholesome thoughts, share merits with the devas, the celestial beings, your guardian deities and protectors. May they rejoice in these merits and continue to guide and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Eta vatacha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva sabbe sata sabbe buddha anumodantu sabba sampate setya. Now let us transfer merits for our departed relatives and friends. And if they are in need of these merits, we transfer these merits for their well-being and happiness. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Let us make a closing invocation. Let us make some aspirations first. That in our journey through samsara, may we not associate with foolish people. May we have the opportunity to meet up with good friends and skillful teachers. May we always remain on the path of Dhamma. And may we one day achieve the highest place on Nibbana. Imina punya kamena mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya. Let's make a closing invocation. O Buddha, my spiritual master and refuge, thank you for the blessings, guidance and protection. The Dhamma, holy saints and spiritual teachers, bodhisattvas, Dhamma protectors and devas, thank you for your blessings, guidance and protection. May the Buddha be at my head, the Dhamma in my heart, and the Sangha by my side to guide and protect me always. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share in these merits that we have generated. May these merits help to bring them good health, happiness, and peace. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, to share in these merits of ours. And may they long protect the Buddha Sasana. Let us say sadhu. 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 Sadhu.